Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Tootie Talk Sense. I had to exit out the last video and I'm trying a new streaming service and I'm trying and I just went to the another streaming service because the last one just it completely stopped dead in the middle of it. So so now let me see if y'all can hear me and see if y'all can hear and see me well. Okay, there it is. So hopefully this one will be better, y'all. So we're gonna talk about that Tyler Perry victim, alleged victim Derek Dixon, and we're gonna go through that interview and let me know what y'all think about it. So come on, y'all, let's discuss. Now, I previously did the Tyler Perry. I read the complete lawsuit. It's like a 2 hour video, y'all. So I'm not gonna read the complete lawsuit all over again. The video is in my lives in my channel. Go to my view channel. Go to my lives. It's called the U.S. Into the War and Tyler Perry lawsuit. So I started around 25 minutes mark talking about the Tyler Perry, and also in that video, the Christian Keys video is in there, and I compare the Christian Keys to this lawsuit. So if you want more details, check that video out because this interview does not give you much information, y'all. Like really, it's the whole interview is 11 minutes and 55 seconds, and there's a portion of it where that's from the introduction to the end of it. That's from the news anchor or the interviewer introducing herself, introducing this guy, talking about Tyler Perry career and how he came up and how he made his start and what is he known for. That is all is 11 minutes and 55 seconds, y'all. So you're not getting much. You can honestly skip it. Like, because for me personally, we're gonna go through it. Y'all let me know what y'all end up seeing. Like, because for me personally, it didn't give you any information as far as who, if you was leaning one way or the other. This interview did not help you make up your mind. Well, I should say me. This interview did not help me make up my mind because when I read the lawsuit, the lawsuit got a lot of details, but some of some of the things in the lawsuit, I'm like, I don't so much know. I said either Tyler Perry is a predator and he has a pattern, or this man watched Christian Key's video and used what Christian Key said, just did a little twerking, tweaking. He might have did some twerking. I don't know that man's life. He did a little tweaking of the story because it's almost similar to what Christian Key said. So that was my opinion once I read the lawsuit. There are certain things in there that he in the lawsuit, like the text messages, the really text messages that would be like, yeah, Tyler Perry did this. It wasn't screenshots of the text message. It was his lawyer. It was in the lawsuit saying in a text message, Tyler Perry said this and Tyler Perry said that. The screenshots of text messages to me was not incriminating. Like there was one text message where he's talking about you need somebody to love you, you need to have guiltless sex and stuff like that. I said that didn't sound like, I know he's using it to say it's harassment, but to me the complete messages sound like y'all talked before. Because how would he know you guilty doing sex? It sounds like you had a problem.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to our ABC News exclusive. Tyler Perry accuser Derek Dixon sits down in a TV interview for the first time, sharing allegations of workplace sexual assault and harassment. In June, he filed a $260 million lawsuit against the media mogul. These are claims that Tyler Perry denies. But Dixon says he's speaking out now to try to stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves. What made you decide to come forward with your story?
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
Actor Derek Dixon sitting down for his first television interview since filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
That's when he pushed me up against the wall and grabbed my ass again.
Dixon starred as Dale in Tyler Perry's BET series The Oval.
What are you yelling? I'm in this too, remember?
You're not in it. Did you get shot at?
No, I actually got shot.
He appeared in 85 episodes between 2021 and 2025. Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019. I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now. I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should get my number and we'll talk about this.
Did any of your Tyler Perry's BET series, The Oval, filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment 2021 and 2025.
We'll talk about this.
Did any of your initial interactions give you pause?
You know, a few of them were, did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was a dangerous situation in the beginning. Yeah.
According to your lawsuit, at one point early on, he bought you a car.
Yeah, he'd seen my Jeep around the studio that I was driving, and he said, you know, that's not a great car.
Tyler Perry is an actor, producer, director, playwright, and prominent name in the entertainment space. He launched his career in the 1990s.
You want this half? You want this half?
His 2005 breakthrough film, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, debuted at #1 in the box office and was a massive success. To date, he's created 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times bestselling books. In 2021, his prolific career earned him a spot in the exclusive Billionaires Club. His media empire includes his own production company, Tyler Perry Studios, based in Atlanta, one of the largest film studios in the country.
I'm not trying to do anything other than meet somebody at their humanity.
As his career has flourished, he's also made a name for himself in the philanthropic space. So in early 2020, you land the role of Dale on The Oval. Was that a dream job?
It was, yeah. It was. To be a series regular on a show, something I always dreamed about.
The complaint includes multiple screenshots of text messages allegedly between Dixon and Perry.
Picture where he's on the jet ski. Well, I said, nice picture. He said, yeah, the water looks calm in his picture. You don't see that stud in that picture? Rude. And I said, LOL, yes, that's a stud. And all these texts, I tried to de-escalate them and make a joke out of them.
Some of the messages more sexual in nature.
One of them says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler Perry's behavior becoming physical. Can you explain that first alleged incident?
Yes. We were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters, and said that you can sleep there instead of not drive to his house. Is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked, and then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should stop. And so I thought it would stop after that, and it didn't.
At the end of the second season, Dale gets shot in the chest 4 times.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for.
Why was that especially concerning for you?
What it meant to me was if I don't make him happy, I could stay dead on a show.
And the complaint specifically says, and I just want to quote it, Mr. Perry made it clear to Mr. Dixon that he would kill off Mr. Dixon's character if he did not indulge Mr. Perry's sexual harassment. Was that message clear to you?
For me, that was his way of showing his power over us and our careers, and that killing one of us off.
You're also a screenwriter and had written a TV series called Losing It. Tell us about that.
He ended up wanting to read it, and I at first was like too embarrassed to even send to him, but he did, and he said he loved it and wanted to shoot the pilot for it.
All right, let's go to June of 2021, another alleged incident that you outline in your, where you're again at Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
We started out having drinks in the living room, I've done before, and it got to a point in the night where, you know, we both kind of feeling drunk, and I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before, and there was this health monitor scale on the way, and I was like, "What is that?" And he said, "Well, you have to be in your underwear to measure it, you know, whatever. So you should do it." Reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my my ass, and I, you know, tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up, and he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay, just go with it. And I said, you know, stop, I don't want to be naked, I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not gonna hurt you, and just continued. And in that moment, unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came on to fight, to freeze.
distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up. And that's when he said, you know, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your
Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
Or something where they have their control over their bodies taken away. You don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head: to run, to fight, to freeze. I didn't know what to do.
He says he de-escalated and distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up. And that's when he said, you know, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, I want this. And he was just grabbed my, back to the guest area I've stayed before. And there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, you know, whatever. So you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my ass. It got to a point in the night where, you know, we were both kind of feeling drunk. And I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before. And there was
They described your actions.
The EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination.
In your response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representative said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS Tyler Perry Studios about its matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion. Were you looking for money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did. I think what he did was wrong, and it needed to be something that would deter him from doing this to somebody else, another actor, or in the future.
What kind of a toll would you say that this has all taken on you?
I was extremely anxious. The calls got to the point where the calls and texts were almost every day. Just this constant state of like, if I don't answer, I will lose my job. I'll be fired or kill off the show. It took a huge toll on my anxiety and depression.
You're asking in your lawsuit for damages totaling $260 million. How did you arrive at that number?
Part of that number is my lost job, my lost income, the loss of the show. The other part of that is a deterrent for, how do you stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves from doing this?
How difficult has it been to tell your truth?
It's been hard. It's been hard. It's it's a vulnerable thing to talk about, I think, for anybody. There's a lot of shame, I think, around it. And just trying to think what you could have done better and having to deal with the judgment of what, everyone might think of how you could have handled it better without being in that situation.
Perry has not yet responded in court filings. In a statement to ABC News, his lawyer called Dixon a, quote, individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, and that Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail.
If you were to talk to Tyler Perry right now, what would you say?
I would say, I hope that you take accountability for what happened, and I hope that this has taught you not to treat your employees this way and to never use someone's dream to coerce them into a relationship that's not professional.
What would justice look like for you?
Justice would look like thinking that I've made a change and that something like this won't happen to another actor that works for him or another actor in the industry. That would be justice for me.
Our thanks to Derek Dixon for the conversation.